Hey guys, welcome back to the C and J show, and I have my favorite Jen and Juice here, and I have my sister Neek. Okay, this is not new news; is very old, but I did want to talk about Aaron Hernandez because I kind of like was watching it yesterday, and it's so many parts to this young man that I was like, what had him going in the way that he was going? Where, and I'm talking about before he was a professional football player. I mean, because he's been a great athlete forever. Like, this was his thing. He was supposed to be a football player. He could have did anything because he was just good in the athletic world. But what had him so angry seem like on the I guess on the documentary, you could see him, okay, with the two guys that they say he supposedly probably killed. Who knows? He was upset and angry. Someone just said something, and then with his friend, that his wife's sister husband, you killed him because of something that you didn't like that he said. I think just something he said. So I'm thinking to myself, nobody can be that angry where you kill someone because you don't like what they said. It was like it was something going on with him where he was very angry. So it was anger, and on top of anger, that he was living a double life with I guess since he's been about 13, 14, with experiencing things with the boys. And just a lot of stuff. But I was looking at it more so on the wife end. Like, you're sitting in court every single time with this guy, and you're finding out new information every day. I mean, I don't know if I would have been able to if I could have took any of that stuff. Like, every single day you're finding out something new. You got your new apartment somewhere. She ain't know nothing about that apartment. That apartment supposed to be, I guess, laid back, smoke some weed. You done killed 3 people, supposedly. It's just the life, and he was angry. And then when he was talking to his mom, the anger that he would put, like the anger with his mom, he couldn't do it. How, I'm just saying the steps with it. How could somebody be so
But you know, a lot of
angry?
times, the longer you play football, right, um, you can get CTE as early as in your 20s, but they never know that you have it until you die, until they test the brain. And you know, CTE, a lot of times these dudes, they they've killed their spouses, they kill themselves, they're very angry, they don't know why, they just snap. And it's 100,000 stories of these things happening, and it's just
So, well, what would you say to the guy that said, because that um I look at his name, the news guy, the I don't know, and they be doing all of that sports talk news or whatever. He said one thing he would not do is use that as an excuse to say that that's the reason, because everybody has been on that field and had some concussions. That's not a reason. He's like, a lot of people that got concussions and was diagnosed with something and did not kill nobody. So he would not use that.
But there's a lot of people that did, so he don't have to use it. And you never know what's gonna be that person's end result. They may have not done anything yet, and I'm not saying every single body will, but a lot of people, there's one guy, the Peterson guy, that just killed himself. You know what I mean? These guys suffer from CTE. It's like you going out on the field every day during practice, then you got these games, not only from college or what I'm saying, whatever, but you're in the NFL and they're hitting harder, and it's basically like you're going into, how they describe it is basically a car accident every day, head collision. You know what I mean? You got dudes 250, 300 and something pounds, all weight coming at you
All the time.
you know what I'm saying, with all of their force. So I'm not saying that's the reason why. Maybe he, a lot of people do
But you
suffer
feel
with.
like that could have helped with him being
Yeah,
so angry to
yes, I
just.
think it's that. I think a lot of times people don't want to, have that attraction to another man. Obviously, that's why they're in the
See,
closet
that's
with
the
it, and that's
thing.
the thing. He's
That's
probably
the
was
thing.
mad about it.
Um, if he never like gave any inclination about him being gay or blah blah blah, I think all of this talk about his sexuality came out after he was dead, and he wasn't there to defend himself, deny it, whatever, blah blah blah. I don't like how they brought that out because I feel like you don't know for sure. Were you one of the guys? Did any of the guys that he personally messed with came out and said something?
Yeah, the one guy did. Yeah,
the one that he was his friend for neighborhood
And they
friend
was messing with
forever.
each other.
Yeah, it
that's
said since
supposed
he
to.
was 14 years old, like 13, 14. And that friend said, well, you got to remember back in the day, it wasn't like, okay, you had somebody you go to, girls wasn't interested at that time with boys at that age. And so you will be spending your time with normally boys, you just spending your time going. That was just something throughout their life that they always have experiment doing throughout the whole entire time.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
I didn't want to believe that part.
I mean, I don't know.
Not that
but
I'm trying to be like homophobic or anything. It's not that. I just hated that he wasn't there because he had already
But of
died.
course,
He wasn't there to.
No, but
why
you know
would
when
he?
he
saying?
was.
If he's
You don't know if
living
this person is lying. It's like you're only getting one side of the
Yeah,
story.
but
Like,
that people,
It's like character.
people experiment with that more than you think. A lot of
And
people
I
are in the
get
closet, and people don't start. You don't hear things about it until something hit the fan. Stuff started hitting the fan. People have said things
But
about.
my thing
Now,
is,
see-
what if it's a lie?
Okay, but no, this is the
And what if
thing
it's
too
not?
that really this was the thing too that kind of got to everybody, I guess. Now, after he did go on trial and he won that case where with the two guys where he was found innocent with that. Okay, 2 days later, I mean there, which is something because the whole entire time that you see him on trial, he's serious. He got a different type of mind frame. You don't see him cry. He never broke down. He never cried. He never did anything. So just looking at him, you get like a little bit of a like, okay, this guy, if he puts something in his head, he's gonna do it. Like, this is just him. But he totally breaks in that courtroom. He breaks down and cry after they said he was innocent for those two cases. 2 days later, he ended up committing suicide because one news reporter, they was talking on the radio and put that out and saying, with all the back talk and all that stuff. And then they were saying even inside of the prison that he had somebody, who knows. But right after that, 2 days later, literally right after that, he hung himself. Like, just hung himself.
That must be tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, but nobody don't want to be outed. You know what I mean? So I don't agree with people like coming out telling on to these people if they're not ready to say they own truth. But I mean that probably could be another reason why he was angry. There's a lot of dudes that's angry. There's this one guy, he met with this dude or whatever, and it was on First 48. They went, they had sex with the dude or whatever. I guess he met him whatever, and he killed the dude after that. You get what I mean? Like right after sex or whatever, he killed them. So I think a lot of times these dudes do struggle with their sexuality, and that's not like something that they want to do or want to be. So it's like they're angry, they're confused about it, and
I have always said too with this. I've always said it, and I guess I gotta say it again. I've always said, okay, and I know that this is not so true, for everybody. This is what I was used to be feeling, is that how could maybe men not sort of be gay if from the time you're probably middle school, you're always looking at porn. You're looking at the porn. You cannot dissect how that is. When you're watching that porn, only thing you see is basically the penis. I'm not saying. I mean, I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying.
I don't know.
I'm just saying. Not to say, but I'm just saying. Even you don't understand it, and they're watching this stuff as early as middle school, you're looking at this, and you're in high school, everything, you're
But
watching
you
that
already,
porn.
but that's something that you have though. You have it in your hand. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, why am I so fascinated? Like, I don't see the connection, because it's like, okay, I have that. I have that same exact thing. If I want mine to look like that, I can do the same thing. Whatever. We don't have to get into that. But it's like, if you are straight, you're gonna go there for what you're going there for.
Yeah,
You get what I'm
of
saying?
course. But see, the thing is, first,
I think it's the relationships that they build with their friends, their guy friends, be so close. I think they have,
which they
their
do have.
closest
They have the
relationships.
best relationships, because I used to always say that. I'm like,
And
you
that's
know what, guys, they're willing to give each other $800, like they said, like it ain't nothing.
And people don't realize that stuff can turn romantic very quick. Even if you have a friend, a girlfriend that you are very close with, I think the line is very, very thin between friendship and relationship when you are so close.
Yeah,
you start to look at the person is always there for you. Anytime you're going through a problem, you there to talk to them. Like,
and those things does happen.
And it's like, okay, why am I jealous that you have a girlfriend now?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
as a guy, like, why am I jealous? I think it's just like those tight friendships they have.
But you know what, too, and I think it has something to do with, now, Tyler Perry, you know, they have always said something about him. I don't know if those things are true. They always said it. But in that, what was it, 4 women, 4 colored girls, or whatever, it was one part with Janet Jackson's husband where he said, listen, no, I'm not gay. I just enjoy having sex with a man. And a lot of that is, men do enjoy having sex with men. They, in their mind though, they think, no, I'm not attracted, like, okay, I want to be with you, walk around with you like that. No, I want to be with a woman, but sexually, I am attracted to having sex with another man, because you know, they say whatever, but the truth is, the man feels different from what we feel as females. So when
I
it's
agree.
You know, and so that is the reason. It's a different sex type of thing. They know it's a different sensation. They know you start playing around in that playground, in the bag, on the road and stuff. Once you get in that playground, I mean, you know, it's just like with a kid. Once you, you know, what can we say? Once you go out, you start playing.
But you know, to each his own. You know,
to each his own.
I agree, but
and I'm not saying that's another
sexual.
thing, and and this is another thing. Not to say for the people that want to be so macho. Oh yeah, hey, y'all don't know what you're talking about. Well, we ain't talking about you. So then just don't worry about that. But we are saying, and that is a fact that. And I even see, like, with some of the gay men, all they talk about all day is sex. So it's like, okay, you never say love though. You never hear them really even say that.
Is that good for them?
It is, because it's a different feel. Listen, they supposedly say with the woman has spent years trying to find herself to get to where the man is at. Now then the man can just, because of that, and they just do that really quick, and they know, and it's just sex. That's all that it is.
Yeah.
They ain't got nothing to worry about. They know already. Sometimes the women, they don't want to choose to want to do all that stuff. It's like, listen, boy, today I'm tired. Oh, let me tell you about what she did today. It was at work. It was a hard day. But I think they know when they get into their relationship with the guy, it doesn't matter all day, every day.
If a person is willing to kill somebody after they had, and we done seen countless serial killers that rape and kill young boys. If you're willing to kill somebody each time after you have sex, that sex got to be serious.
But to reel it back,
it's a cover up.
Yeah, but see, to reel it back in, I do think that, like I say, we don't know 100% or whatever. I don't know 100% what was his personal business or whatever, but I can see from just, listening to people. There are people that, have experimented with it, and it happened way when they were in college or when they were in high school. There wasn't no little boys or nothing like that. And they're regular, not even like you're not regular, but I'm just saying, like, they're not, feminine or whatever, but, regular masculine dudes that you wouldn't think twice that are, whatever. And it's just like, Okay,
And that's what one of the
it
guys
happens.
did say on there, that listen, he got fat and he started looking rough and started playing that football image so that way people would not think that he was gay. That's
Mm.
those things furthers from them. He didn't want nobody to think that. And I think one of the friends was even saying about Aaron, like, listen, years later, I see, like, okay, tattoo after tattoo, he was getting like bigger, thicker, and starting to look like more like a straight guy versus what he'd known him to be. Because this friend came out with his dad and said, like, listen, I am gay. His dad accepted that, but
His dad wouldn't have
yeah.
accepted it.
I just hate that it's so toxic in the whole sports industry and everything, where men have to go to such extremes to hide their sexuality.
But
When
you think it's about just sports? I think it's men in general. Like, I
Yeah.
don't think
men
it has
in
nothing to-
general, but God forbid you're a football player or you're
Well,
a
yeah,
basketball
because
player
then-
and you're gay. It's just like you just putting the icing on the cake. Like, no, you definitely
Well,
cannot
yeah,
do that.
because of the
Yeah.
insecurity that a lot of
I
think
just
a lot of
hate
people.
that,
Yeah, but I think because you got to share locker room with people and people.
and that's so ignorant. Like,
yeah, exactly. But
a lot
it
of the guys
is.
are not even attractive enough for these people where they would even entertain them.
No,
Like,
no, no.
Yeah.
I understand
I would
that,
not
but-
be with you if you get what I'm saying? It's
Right,
just
but
like,
right, but you know, a lot of time people are insecure in their own sexuality. So it's kind of like, okay, no, I don't want nobody here, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, who like this or like that. But I think
and I think one thing I've come to learn too with it, and before we get off of this, is whatever you decide to like, you really have to own that and be that way, because it doesn't make sense to do too much of. We're not living in that time no more. I mean, honestly, the time when it was, can't tell nobody nothing, because people would treat you away. Back in Freddie Mercury time, I love him. I've just grown to love this. I just love him because what I truly love about him is that he had enough love for Mary, his girlfriend, just to say, you know what, I can't. I love you too much to keep dragging you through something I don't even know in my own mind what's going on, and they still remain friends. He gave her what, the bulk of his whole estate. This lady is happy living in life, and for that reason, she wouldn't know. Listen, I don't care who come up to you. I had a man that loved me, gay or not. He loved me for life, and that's the truth. Instead of just hiding when these guys do it. Listen, if you aren't, and that's another thing before we end this. If you are gay and you're a man and you get all the tattoos and you lift all the weights, you got 10 or 20 baby mamas, and you're cheating on girls day in and day out, stop. You're cheating on yourself. It really, you don't need to do that. We're in a different age. Own your truth and just tell everybody, listen, I'm bisexual. I'm just like P. Diddy. I like to sometimes have sex with men, and then I like to have it with
I
women.
don't think we're there
and that's
yet.
it.
I don't think we're there yet.
Yeah, the more things
I
change,
think
the more they
the more they say that, I think, you say you're bisexual, you're automatically gay. People are gonna judge you. They're gonna laugh at you. They're gonna make you. You get what I'm saying? They're gonna make you feel uncomfortable. You're gonna get all of these weird questions.
But you know what? Why, Jen, that's not true? Because you know what? While we're living in this different time, when it don't matter what people accept. I can get 2 cents about what you accept. The thing is, I know what I gotta accept for myself. Now, if I own what I am, and I'm a guy, yes, guess what? I am a man, and so me being a man, that would mean, what do men do? Yes, I sit down. I fart all the day. I fart all day. I like to play basketball, and I do have a child. I do like this, but this is what I am now. So that's it. There's nothing. I mean, and see, that's another thing. Before we end this is another thing. When people in the LGBT community, they feel like they gotta tell everybody what you are. Listen, you say it one time and that's it. Straight people ain't gotta deal with that. With saying, okay, all day, everywhere you go, yeah, I'm straight. Yeah, I like guys. I like girls. No, listen, you find out what I got, and I like one time. I'm giving you one time to find out, and then that's it. Who cares if you telling the whole world? But it's everywhere you go, and after you get finished doing that, you're making your own self miserable. If I was gay, I would want to kill myself, because they feel like every time they go, so, hey, nice to meet you, I'm gay. Oh, who cares? So what? Okay, now what else? Now, did you come here to work or you came here to just keep telling me about that? I don't care.
Yeah.
Regular people don't have to do that every time they meet. So, hey, yeah, just want to let you know I'm straight. I bet you think you did. I didn't. No, listen. That's just what it is. It is what it is. So, who walks around all day looking to see what people think about them? It's only in the LGBT community, which I understand the reason why, because they was hit so hard with that stuff. But we're in a different age and time, and listen, whatever you are, you see it one time and one time only. You ain't even got to do all of that because that's nobody's business. I'm not trying to hide it from you. If I'm gay, I'm gay. That's it. And we're speaking about that, and I always sound like Lily.
Okay, so here we go.
That's it.
So now,
yeah,
that, that, that
Lily and Grams. I don't know if they're gonna get back together, but I love you, Lily. But that's it. So which
so
was
I don't know. So just with the Aaron Hernandez case,
yeah.
To that, I'm gonna roll that.
We're done.
We're done.
So that, I think that he was just, I don't know. I think he had a lot of things that he was dealing with and hurt and that turns into
and
anger.
I feel bad
and I think
for that young boy, that young man turned into a grown adult that is so petrified of living in this and having other people know that this is me. That if that was the reason, I'm just saying, if that was the reason that he did kill himself, I feel so sorry for him to feel so scared to have to resort to killing himself because of it.
And then not to mention when you think about that, Jen, with boys, even now when they're little, they can't cry. Like, oh no, you're a boy. You don't cry now. And it's like you're 2 or 3. He's a baby though. You know, you got to show always toughness, so you're not allowed to do a lot of stuff because you are a boy. Boys can't show emotion, and so now once we grow up, and they grow up, whether they're straight or not, we gotta sit up here and talk about him all day with our friends. Girl, you know, he don't show me no kind of love. He ain't there for me. But guess what? Throughout his whole life, everybody's telling him, you're a little boy. You don't cry, you just feel. Shake that off now. You good. You good. Don't cry. You're a man. He's not. Embrace that. Cry. Go ahead. You just hurt yourself. You know, but maybe they had a lot to do with it. Who knows? His dad was very hard on him. His mom did end up talking to one of the family members, are the cousins. Oh yeah, the mom ended up talking to the cousin who had cancer to her husband, and that was it. And he really loved that cousin. Like,
she probably was the only person that knew.
Probably, but you know, he had to stay with her when she was like 16, and that cousin talked to her own husband. Cousin's man, this lady got cancer. Like, come on, everything was jacked up, really. But we're done with that. And my thing is, guys, whatever you are, just listen. That ain't nothing. Hey, you tell. But I just say, don't try to use a baby. Don't try to use a woman or a man to cover up what you know you don't have feelings for, because you end up hurting that person more so than hurting yourself, just because you don't want people to look at you in a certain type of a way. That's all I have to say. Jen, because we're
I agree. That's it's the same thing. I feel like, try your hardest, even if you have to get therapy where you make things a little bit easier to where you can discuss it. Where you, even if you're discussing it with just a small group of people, it'll feel better than you just holding it in all together, and trying to fight those demons yourself. I don't know. I just feel bad that was the case where he killed himself because people found out, or the rumors started to circulate and he knew that it was true, and trying.
And some people even said it could have been because to save his wife, not the same, but where they could live, the wife and his daughter could be happy forever with money to always have. I don't know, but that's what some people were saying. Jen,
I mean, just speaking on the sexual allegations, whatever with him, I just think it's a very sad story. I think it's a case of many young men in America and around the world, really, who struggle with their sexuality and living their life. You have a football career or whatever career it is. it's like your whole life is permeated by what you do for 15 minutes in a bedroom,
Yeah.
and you lose your whole life over it because of fear of judgment from people, family, friends, whatever it is. And I think it's just very sad that a lot of people don't get to live their lives um because of this. You know, he lost his daughter, his wife, his entire family, whatever it is, his career, everything over this, if that is the case. And it's just sad, you know, we bring these boys up in such a toxic way where they aren't allowed, like you said, sent to cry or to show any emotions or to have any type of, you know, feelings really at all,
Yeah,
you
they're
know.
supposed
and
to.
and it's just toxic all the way around. I feel like with men it's like you have them with a plastic bag over their head and you're telling them to breathe. You're suffocating them, but you're telling them to breathe.
Yeah.
It makes no sense to me how we raise our young men, and I think a lot of them are dying because of it. You
That's
know,
true.
literally physically dying and hypothetically mentally dying because of it.
Yeah, yeah. No, I agree. And so we're out, and you know, just own up to whatever it is. And if you however it is, whoever you got to go to just to sit you down, because I think acceptance comes from your family first. If the family can accept it, then you feel like the world can accept it. But then too, even if the family don't accept it, you have to be able to accept you to be you. So let's just do that. And that's it, guys. We're done with this.